Yo, what's going on YouTube? It's Casual706 here, back with another Transformers unboxing slash review. Today I'm covering Transformers Prime Wars Deluxe Class Repugnus. Now this is an Amazon exclusive, for the time being at least. So it doesn't come packaged like most of the Deluxe Class figures with the peggable packages. This actually comes in a box. Now on the box we have a really cool artwork of Repugnus. As always, Hasbro always does well with the artwork. Got him swinging his claws there, hitting some Decepticons around him. Looks really nice. Actually kind of has a book effect. You just open up this cover here to show the actual toy. And inside we see that we get an exclusive Prime Master Solus Prime. And we have the actual toy back there. Titans Return at the bottom, Transformers going up the side, and the Generations logo in the top right hand corner. Now on the front of this little box cover, it says, "Many will unite, one will rule. To control an ancient race of warriors the size of cities, the Titans, the Autobots, and Decepticons harness the power of Titan Masters. Smaller bots that give the bigger bots increased abilities in battle." And then we got a picture of Fortress Maximus's head kind of in the background there. Alright, now one other thing to mention, on the side of the package here, with this being an Amazon exclusive, Blast Off was also an exclusive, and Counterpunch is also an exclusive. It's part of a three toy set. So if you have all three of the boxes and you put them side by side, they're actually going to make a full picture of Repugnus, Blast Off, and Counterpunch in the picture. Now around to the back of the package here, it shows Repugnus in his robot form and him in his monster insect form. It says it's going to take about 19 steps to transform him from his robot to monster insect mode and vice versa. And the Headmaster Dastard is going to take one step to transform him from the head of Repugnus into his individual robot Dastard. Now right here they're showing that there's a little chest opening that Dastard can actually kind of pilot the monster insect mode. And in the top left hand corner, this actually would be the bio. The bio reads, "With the Decepticons rising, the Autobots power up with Titan Master partners to stop them. Dastard gives Repugnus the ability to erase memories and wipe evidence of their missions from existence." Now it's also given a quick little teaser picture of Solus Prime, which is included with this figure. Alright, so since we talked about the packaging, we're going to go ahead and bust this open and get to the good part. Alright, so out of the package, with the Amazon exclusive ones, we're not getting art cards for whatever reason. However, we do get dual-sided instructions, as we usually get with most of the Transformer toys. Now, the dual-sided instructions are just showing how to transform him from his robot to monster/insect mode, and vice versa. And it's also showing how his swords can combine together to make like a little sleigh weapon vehicle for Solus Prime. Alright, now taking a look at the actual figure himself here, we're going to slide that just a little bit closer. And I'm actually going to break out something else for comparison. Now when the Titan Return series came out, they did Repugnus, and he was actually one of these smaller little Titan Master toys. And I guess a lot of people were upset about that since we got Twinferno. This guy is part of a 3 robot monster team. You've got Repugnus, Grotesque, and Twinferno. So a lot of people, I guess, were upset that they gave us this little tiny Repugnus. So Hasbro must have listened to us and came out with a deluxe class figure to kind of match up with the other 2 monster bots. But this is how Repugnus was originally remade. So you see we get a lot more updated version here. Now taking a look at the actual Repugnus deluxe figure, bring it a little bit closer there for you to take a peek at. Real nice paint scheme on him. You got white, red on the arms, white and brown, red legs. Not especially loose, at least my copy, my toy isn't very loose. I hear a lot of people talking about that their legs were loose on this guy. So I lucked out and got one with pretty good joints on it. Can't complain at all. In fact, the only thing I could really complain about is the head sculpt with Dastard here. Now, as we can see, bring that a little bit closer. There's not a whole lot of detail into it. It's just a mesh of yellow plastic with green eyes. So In fact, the little Titan Master figure had a better head, or at least it was a lot more detailed. Let me pull that out and we'll take a look at that. And so these are the two different variations of the head that you can use with them if you picked up the Titan Master figure at least. I believe for the sake of detail, and since this one has more detail to it, I'm probably going to use this head with Repugnus. I think that will look cooler, albeit this one is actually closer to the G1 Repugnus. I actually have the G1 Repugnus, but it's kind of tucked away in packaging, so I wasn't able to break that out for the review. But it's just a little comparison of them there. So, and with Dastard, we can flip him open here. I'll flip the other one open too, so we can compare them side by side. Let's see if they're the same mold. These are actually different molds for the little headmasters. So, alright, I'm going to tuck this off to the side here. I'll pop it on Repugnus in a second so we can see how that looks. But with Dastard, not a whole lot going on here. We've got little gray claw feet, gray on the arms, yellow. It's a little more painted than most of the Titan Master figures were painted. But little silver belly button, brown chest, brown legs, all gray, monster-y kind of face. Articulation with this guy, he's got pins through the hips, so you'll be able to get the legs up like that. He's got pins through the knees, so you'll be able to bend those down like that and get some kind of seating poses out of them. And then the arms actually will go up too. They're on little ball joints, so you can get them as high as above his head. Now the head will also rotate all the way around. That's just on a little ball there. So that's what's up with Dastard. I'm going to tuck him off to the side. We'll take a real quick look at what the original, or what the Titan Master Repugnus head would look like on here. And the red's pretty good match to the color on there, so it shouldn't be a big deal. Let's see there. There we go. So I think that looks a lot cooler. It's just more detailed. I think I'm going to roll with this head with him. So that's what's up with him. Now it also does come with a little Power Master, the Solus Prime Power Master, as you see there. Got clear blue plastic and gray plastic, silver belly button. Not a whole lot going on with the head sculpt. They just got a kind of clear blue plastic in there. The other side here's the actual Power Master side. Most of these exclusive Power Masters have this kind of clear plastic vibe going on. Not too bad looking. You can use these to plug into the little armor plates and feet plates that come with Power Masters. A couple of the combiners have the ports in their chest, and Nemesis Prime and whatnot. So you basically can plug this into any transformer you want to, and it's supposed to kind of give them more power. Now articulation with this guy, they're basically the same as the Titan Master figures. So you got a pin through the hip and a pin through the knee. So you kind of be able to get some seating poses out of it. And then the arm again is on a little ball joint. Yeah, so you can kind of get the arm in front of him and as high as above his head. So, taking a look at his weapon sled thing here real quick. I actually went ahead and combined them together. All they do is just kind of tab together in the center. You got like 3 little ports that kind of plug together. And it just makes a little sleigh kind of thing for a Titan Master or Power Master if you want to. And you got a couple little tabs right there up at the front, and you just take the feet of the Titan or Power Master and kind of plug it into those little ports there. So he can kind of ride in the swords combined as a sleigh there. So that's what's up with that. Now take him out and we can separate these, and it'll make 2 swords for Repugnus. So those are displayable in his hands. Just got little 5mm ports, so you can put them in his hands for display, and he's got these nice little swords there. The only downside to it is, since you got these center connecting things to make it a sleigh, it kind of looks weird as a sword, so you might have to, I don't know, kind of looks a little weird. But nonetheless, he got weapons, so I can't complain. I'm going to look at this guy's articulation real quick. Now arms are on swivel points, so you can rotate that all the way around. Elbow, or right at the bicep kinda, you got another little swivel point, so you'll be able to rotate that all the way around. He's also going to have an elbow bend there. Real hollow arms, but that's going to be needed for transformation because you're going to fold the hands in when you transform them into the monster insect mode. Other arms are going to have the same range of articulation. Legs are going to have some swivel rotation ratchets, so you can get some nice high kicks. And mine actually has real good joints, so I should be able to pull off some nice poses there. So, got the swivel rotation point there, and then at the thighs, another little rotation point. Oh Lord, that's really stiff there. I would imagine you'd be able to rotate that around, but I'm not going to play around and make mine loose. But you should be able to rotate that thigh section all the way around, and then he's going to have a knee bend right there. Now down at the leg, there's a little bit of play, mainly due to transformation. You got some forward and backward ankle tilt, and no real side to side. But you can kind of move that forward and backward to help out with posability. And waist is going to have no swivel at all either, so you're not going to be able to do it. Now the head, since the Titan Masters are all on ball joints, Dastard, the one that came with him, is going to have the same range of articulation. You'd be able to rotate his head all the way around. I'm just going to roll with the Titan Master figure for this again because it's got more detail and I think it looks a little bit cooler. So, and it actually matches up with the color scheme. It's not too offsetting colors or anything like that. It matches in perfect. So that's what I'm going to do. Alright, so to transform this guy, we'll go ahead and get the headmaster out of the way here. Slide everything kind of to the side. And let's see. If I'm not mistaken, we're going to turn these shoulder pads forward. First of all, we get the arms out to the side. We'll go ahead and take the hands, fold them into the forearms. Same thing on that other one. And I believe the arms are going to be facing the right way. Alright, now we'll take this little head on the back here and just kind of wiggle it loose. It's on a hinge right there, and you're going to bring it up to the top of the figure. You got two little peg-in ports right here, and these two little green peg-in spots are going to tab right into that. Just like that. Alright, now we're going to swing around to the back of the figure. We're just going to pull these arms to the back. And actually we will have to swivel the arm around. You're going to pull them to the back and turn the arms where the hands are facing up, kind of like that. Then they're going to push into the back. You got a little tab right here, and you got a tab hole right there. So it's just going to tab right into his back there. Do the same thing with that other arm. Just going to tab that in right there. So you get that. Alright, now with all this put together, we're going to take these little chest panels and we're going to pull them out. That's going to be his actual arms for the insect slash monster mode. You pull them out, fold them around, then we're going to rotate them so that the hollow side is on the inside of the hand. You just rotate it, and then we're going to take these little claws and pull those out like that, and that will be his arms for his monster mode. Now the legs down here, we're going to disconnect that brown piece. You're going to do the same thing with that one. We're going to flip it out and just kind of make sure the legs are out of the way here. We're going to go ahead and take the legs. They're going to collapse onto themselves kind of like that. Then the brown is just going to close up around the yellow. Then we got to get these legs situated. There we go. We're going to do the same thing on that other leg. We're just going to close it up onto itself. The legs will actually kind of tab together. This brown section is going to fold up into the yellow. And then we'll go ahead and pull out his little monster legs and fold the claws forward. So there he is in his monster slash insect mode. Now, one thing I'll say, the figure, since it doesn't have a tail, it has some issues standing up, leaning it forward. Yeah, with these arms kind of hanging forward and no tail on it, it causes some difficulty standing them up in the robot mode there. And the eyes are like green, or clear green plastic. So if you had some way of putting an LED in there or something, that would look real cool to light his eyes up. So that's what's up with him in his monster / insect mode there. Now, articulation with this mode, the mouth will move and the legs are going to move. Legs will have a little bit of play. You can kind of stretch them out because these parts don't actually tab in around the waist. So you can kind of wiggle those out around and it'll give you some posability. Legs will go all the way around and he'll have a little knee bend with that. And then the foot moves too, mostly due to transformation. So, pretty cool mode. Initially I was going to skip this guy. I don't know. Transformers kind of went off to the side when I was a kid. Like it was really cool to me that giant alien robots turning into cars and even buildings and tanks and stuff. But the insects kind of threw me off. So even though I have the G1 Repugnus, it was kind of weird in the collection. The insects and animals didn't really make much sense to me because even as animals, they're made out of metal, so it kind of looks silly. But the more reviews I watched on this guy, and I've already got Twinferno, I've got to go back and get Grotesque, but and I'm kicking myself for that, for not buying it when it first came out, because now he's like at $50 or so to get him. But I don't know. In the ultimate completion of things, I had to get this guy, so I went ahead and broke with the $25 to order him. So hope you guys are happy with the review. Alright, and with him back in bot mode, one other complaint, if Hasbro could have made these feet fold up a little bit better, that would have been really nice. Because as it stands, you got to kind of, so you don't see the claws in the robot mode, you got to kind of have them pointing back. So it's not too bad. It's fairly flush with this little insect head on the back, so maybe it won't be too bad. But in the package, they had the claws kind of folded into the feet, and that looked a little weird to me there. So, alright, so I'm going to do this little weapon mode here. This is another silly weapon mode. Alright, and the best I could remember, this was the weapon mode for this version of Repugnus. So, just for poops and giggles, we'll put that on there, and there is Repugnus wielding Repugnus as a weapon. I think this was how it kind of went. So that's where the handle is anyway. So that's what's up with him. And that would conclude my unboxing / review for Transformers Prime Wars Deluxe Class Repugnus. If you guys like the video, be sure to click the like button. Also, please leave me a comment. It's a lot more motivational to do these things when people are leaving comments and giving you feedback on the videos. I'm trying to make some friends with you guys. A lot of you reviewers and viewers are really cool, so I'd like to kind of interact with you guys and see what's going on and your opinions and tastes with the toys. So leave me a comment, please. And if you haven't done so already, subscribe to my channel so you don't miss out on any Transformer unboxings or cool videos in the near future. With all that said, appreciate the view again, guys. Casual 706, out.